So, you own stock. You see it in your brokerage account. Some days it's up, some days it's down. But have you ever really stopped and thought about what owning that stock actually means? It is so much more than just a number on a screen. Today, we're going to crack open what you really get when you buy a share of a company.
Yeah, it's a huge question, right? You click buy, the order goes through, and boom, you're officially a part owner of a massive company. But what does that get you? What can you actually do? I mean, it's not like you can just waltz into headquarters and claim a desk. Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out.
So here's a great way to think about it. Imagine that share you own isn't just a piece of paper or a digital entry. Imagine it's a personal toolbox. And inside that toolbox are 4 essential, really powerful tools. These are the 4 fundamental rights that come with every single share. So let's open it up and take a look at the first one.
All right, tool number 1 is your voice, and it comes in the form of the right to vote. This is all about influence. This is the right that takes you from being a passive bystander to an active participant in where the company is headed. So how does this actually play out? Well, it's all about this chain of command. As a shareholder, your vote helps elect the board of directors, and this is a big deal. The board you help choose is the group responsible for overseeing the entire company, from hiring and firing top management to setting the whole strategic direction. So yeah, your vote is part of a chain reaction that directly decides who is steering the ship.
Okay, let's grab the next tool from our toolbox. And this is probably the one you were thinking of when you bought the stock in the first place. Your right to a share of the profits. You're an owner after all, and owners should get a piece of the action, right?
This right most often shows up as something called a dividend. It's pretty simple. It's just a chunk of the company's profits that gets paid out directly to you, the shareholder. And get this, who decides if the company pays a dividend? And how much? The board of directors. The very same people you just helped put in charge with your first tool, your vote. See how these tools start to connect?
Now for a tool that's a little less famous, but man is it important for protecting what you already own. This is the preemptive right. You can think of this as the tool that basically saves your place in line at the company.
To really get this, let's just imagine for a second. Let's say you own exactly 10% of a company. Right now, your slice of the pie is a solid 10%. But what happens if the company decides it needs to raise more money by creating and selling a bunch of new shares?
Well, this is where that right becomes a total game changer. Without it, the company just sells those new shares to the public, and suddenly there are way more slices of the pie. Your 10% stake, it shrinks. It gets diluted. But with the preemptive right, you get first dibs. The company has to come to you first and say, hey, we're issuing new stock. Do you want to buy enough to keep your 10% stake? It's basically your personal anti-dilution shield.
And that brings us to our 4th and final tool. And honestly, this is the one you hope stays in the toolbox forever. This is your right to the company's remaining assets, but it only kicks in during the absolute endgame, if the company goes out of business and has to liquidate everything.
Okay, so this is super important to understand. If a company goes bust and sells off all its assets, there's a very strict pecking order for who gets their money back. First in line are the creditors and lenders, anyone the company owes money to. Then come bondholders and others. And way at the back of the line, that's you, the shareholder. You have a right to whatever is left over, but only if there's anything left after every single other person has been paid in full.
So there you have it. That's your complete shareholder toolbox. You've got the right to vote, which is your voice, the right to receive dividends, which is your share of the profits, the preemptive right, which is your shield to protect your ownership, and finally, the right to assets, which is your claim in the endgame. When you buy a stock, these 4 rights are the real substance of what you own.
So, now that you've seen all 4 tools in the box, it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Which one of these do you think is actually the most powerful? Is it the influence that comes with your vote, the direct financial reward of a dividend, or maybe that quiet power of the preemptive right? It's definitely something to chew on the next time you look at that stock sitting in your portfolio.